What's up, everybody? Thank y'all for clicking on the video. It's your favorite crackhead uncle, TOJ. And I have to put the pipe down to bring you this bullshit. So, there's also, you see what drugs, I forgot my train of thought. There's, chapter times in the description, all right? You want to skip forward to, the other topics, in the title. So, Rapper Dababy is still feeling a wrath in the music business. He the festivals, venues, music events is dropping this nigga like it's hot. All right, and he done lost the equivalent of like $2 million. Okay, and the beat goes on. This is an ongoing thing, and it's a self-inflicted wound that he kind of like, he deserved it. You know, I can understand if you made some homophobic comments or anti-aid comments in a locker room or something, right? Like Donald Trump with this grabbing by the you know what comment, and somebody leaked it. But when you on the stage at a festival and right at the end of the show, you killed it. Now, bomb ass performance. And one time for the HIV, one time for those who ain't gonna die in 3 days. I'm like, oh, when I heard them comments, I'm like, dude, you done it. And mind you, let me say something for a second. We all, myself included, have all said things that we wish we could take back. But this ain't that moment, all right? Sometimes, you know, when they say freedom of speech, they don't mean freedom from consequences, all right? And my grandma told me a long time ago, she said, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, have a tall glass of shut the you know what up, all right? And doing the research on this video, I came across a couple of comments, and the comments are precisely like split right down the middle. On one half, you got people, the supporters, of course. They'll say stuff like, well, I agree with DJ Envy. You know, the music industry got the, you know, they pick and choose, and the corporations and all this, you know, they pick and choose who you should get angry over, who you should cancel. And I've seen some other comments where, oh, yeah, bro, you know what I'm saying? This man was, you know, sticking up for his rights. He was speaking up for what he believed in. That was not him responding to a political comment or him speaking about Bill Cosby or something, you know, that's a hot button issue, and somebody put a microphone in his face and he gave an answer he wished he could take back. No, he chose to say what he said, okay? And this is the end result of that, all right? DMX said something that's very profound, that I agree with. He said the music industry should be hard to get into, because at least once you get there and you made it, you appreciate where you at. Another comment that I agree with was people were saying that you not, you know, bruh, you got people who have family members who dealing with AIDS. And the moment he said that, the folks who threw those shoes on the stage could have been AIDS or HIV people, you know, who was like inflicted with it, who actually are living with it. And you're going to say that shit to a crowd of people with cell phones? What kind of backlash did you expect? You reap what you sow sometime, bro. This is karma. Dababy is not like an actual like sweet guy who just accidentally had like a slip of the tongue or some kind of Freudian slip. My grandma said it best. She said a hard head make a soft ass, and that ass is raw. Now, moving right along. Any of y'all remember Alphonso Ribeiro? He was Carlton in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and he made a interview. He made some statements in an interview where he was saying that he posted a picture of his wife, and now that she's a white woman and everybody found out his wife is white, he's losing all this like support from the black community. And the thing about that is this: I've never had anybody tap me on the shoulder and say, hey, bro, you know that dude Carlton? He's married to a white woman. We shouldn't support him. Especially in the black community, Ice-T is married to a white woman, and I'm doing a video on her today. With Coco. When I saw that, I wasn't even shocked. Okay, the fact that Carlton Banks is married to a white lady is kind of like appropriate. We all expected it. You know what I'm saying? I would have been surprised if he wasn't married to a white woman. But the thing about it is, ain't nobody worrying about you, man. He did Dancing with the Stars, and he killed it. And that's the thing I want to touch on. This dude is in the company of Wayne Brady, who is a celebrated black man in the community. We love, I ain't gonna say laughing at Wayne Brady, but when Wayne Brady did what he did with Dave Chappelle, that shit was iconic, and it was groundbreaking comedy, because I was just shocked he did it. You have to take what people are doing to you and turn it on the opposite side, turn it on its head, do a complete 360. When Wayne Brady came out as like a secret pimp on Dave Chappelle, we was like, oh, that was comedy. As a comedian myself, I was dying to find somebody who would do that, who would take somebody like a Wayne Brady, who's considered like this kind of corny Carlton Banks type of dude that white people, adore, and have him have like some kind of secret evil side to them. The Boondocks did that with Ann Coulter. Ann Coulter was this crazy blonde-headed white lady. She's like a hardcore Republican. And in the Boondocks, she had like a thug dude named Tyrone for a boyfriend. And she was pretending to be a racist on Fox News. And I'm like, that's comedy. Okay? When you're somebody like a Carlton Banks and you married to a white lady, we don't even care. I'm married to a white woman. Nobody even knows that. I mean, if you see me on Facebook, you know my wife is white. I got one video only on this channel that my wife did with me. If I find the video, I'm going to put it in the description. Okay? It's the video where we talked about R. Kelly. We did like some celebrity news or whatever. But other than that, nobody's ever seen my wife. But aside from me, you have Michael Jordan. And we love us some Michael Jordan. I don't fuck with him, but a lot of folks do. They buy his shoes and they die over him. Okay? You have Omari Hardwick from Power. We all fuck with Omari. Even when he was Ghost, we didn't care. That was the dude. Okay? Then you have Sidney Poitier. I can just go on. Tay Diggs. Who else? I mean, it's just so many brothers. Shit, Jordan Peele, the dude who did Get Out. Based on his content, you would never know his wife is white. It's just Carlton is just, Alphonso is in a situation where he needs to take the role or the typecasting that God stuck him in and flip that shit on his head. Okay? Go on TikTok. If you're known for dancing, take up dancing professionally and flip that shit. Start a video where you pretend to be corny, and by the other half of the video, you killing it with the moves. I digress. Anyway, now let's move on to Andrew Cuomo. Andrew Cuomo is now at the end of the conclusion of his investigation, right? It was an independent investigation that all these women, like 70 women, came out. I mean, this ain't a Bill Cosby situation where some Me Too stuff happened and he raped women. No, this is verbalizing, groping. I mean, like Harvey Weinstein style, where Weinstein actually physically raped women. But you have an actual state trooper, his office secretary, and one of the accusers went on like Don Lemon or CNN with Anderson Cooper and came out and said, yeah, this dude did all that sick shit. Okay? And he's not stepping down. I think he should, to be quite honest with you. And I'm seeing certain people, in the comment section saying, well, if he ain't proven guilty, he shouldn't step down. Okay, accusations are just that. They're just accusations. And I'm sitting there saying, Trump settled cases out of court and became the president. But you know what kind of people supporting Donald Trump. You have these patriarchal people, they're masculine, they're toxic, what I'm saying? Like these guys, they're macho men. Okay, they love the fact this man has a golden toilet. He's nasty. He got a slimy mouth. Like that's Donald Trump's character. Okay, he's a misogynist. Okay, so people who support Trump, they want that out of him. Okay, Andrew Cuomo was the guy. He was like America's governor with COVID-19, and all this shit came out, and now you got the Delta variant. It's unfortunately a very, very hard situation to deal with, because now we're going through the Delta variant and this retirement, like the old folks home. A lot of elderly people died. Okay, and Andrew Cuomo has an answer for that, because from what I understand, he has that to deal with now, the fact that he either fudged the numbers or something. But with this situation, unfortunately for the women who went through what they went through, I don't think you can actually change horses in the middle of a stream. or however that phrase go, you can't change horses in the middle of a battle, because unfortunately, we are going through a pandemic. So how do you actually get rid of a governor who actually did a good job, but is now facing these sexual harassment charges? So we're gonna have to just hold our nose and let this thing play out. Because Andrew Cuomo said he's not stepping down. Joe Biden is saying that he's not, going to ask him to resign. But, the governor of New York, I think de Blasio, is asking him to resign, and he's facing impeachment. So it is what it is, family. Let me get up out of here, y'all. I wish y'all the best, man. Take care of yourself. Say no to drugs. I'm not going to steal your TV. All right? And put the pipe down. Don't be like me.